Yes, my people, welcome back to another episode of the Clean Energy Show. Today we've got a very special guest in the building. This is one of my brothers who I've known for over 15 years, but today he's 15 months sober, which I'm super proud of. So this conversation is going to be about the transformation and journey to becoming sober. So without further ado, we've got my brother Kier in the building.
It's me. What's happening, Jay?
Yes, my brother, how you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me, my friend.
Looking very well, bro.
We're getting there. Done my hair for today.
Come on. Hairline looking strong.
Thank you.
How's it going, bro? How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel really good. I'm enjoying being here, to be honest with you, Jay. I'm very, very proud of you looking around here to start off. So that's the first thing I'd like to say. I'm proud of you too. I know you're mentioning what I've done, but looking around here, you've done an amazing job. So well done to you. And congratulations to everybody else here. That's the first thing I'd like to say.
My brother.
So well done.
Appreciate you and your words, bro. Yeah, we've been on a journey together. Mm. We filmed the last episode on the season.
We did.
That was, how long ago was that now?
Like a year and a half, maybe.
A year and a half ago.
Yeah, about a year and a half. Yeah.
Lots of change since.
Yeah, definitely.
15 months sober today.
15 months sober today.
But come on, G.
Have that. Yeah.
Tell us, how did you do it, bro?
Well, do you know what? Coming on this show actually had a lot to do with it for me. And I didn't know that at the time while I was on here. Because when I was on here, I had a clean energy mug. And what no one on there would have known was that I was just filling my mug up every time off shot with rum. You know, and I was talking about drinking and not being able to stop drinking. And I used to drink a lot. And I watched the clip back that you made of a reel. And it was me saying, I don't know if I have the internal strength or motivation to stop. And I remember looking at it and listening, like watching myself on screen and listening to it back. Like that was I'm not trying to like big up the show. That was literally that was the start of the journey for me. Listening to that back, and I thought that's not true, because I'm saying that because I'm sick of it. The reason I'm talking about it and the way that I'm talking about it on the show before is because I'm sick of it. Do you know what I mean? And I could hear it in my voice. I could see it in my face. I could that was the start of the journey for me, was watching that episode back. Like, people said to me, oh, I love that, kid. Like, listening to what you were saying and I look back on that differently to other people because I don't think I look well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that was the start.
I'm going to say straight away, I'm grateful to be part of the process, the positive process of you turning your life around. Yeah. And I think, I would have never thought it at the time as well, which is mad. But obviously that's because you was accustomed to drinking and whatnot. What do you think, how did you get there in the first place, would you say?
What, to drinking a lot?
Yeah. How long was you drinking for?
I started drinking when I was probably about 12.
12, yeah.
Something like that. Would have had my first drink. Yeah. And then, you know, like I probably would have had a WKD and all of these things, you know, 13, 14. By the time I was 16 or 17, I was going out every Friday without fail and getting drunk. Yeah. By the time I was 19, I was going out with my mates, taking all sorts of other things and drinking 2-3 times a week. And then I just have always drunk.
So that's the kind of generic process with like an average teenager as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's interesting. We all started drinking around in our teenage years. Yeah. Some maybe not 12, but most of us probably 12, 13, 14, you start having a drink and getting sort of more interested in it. And then it becomes just like it's a lifestyle because everyone drinks when you go out.
Yeah, I think, do you know why I said 12? Because that's the way, that's the age I was when it started. But it stands out to me because it made me think that I haven't done a year without alcohol in my entire adult life, in 25 years. Is that right? Yeah. 25, 26 years. 25 years it would have been, yeah. So 25 years, I had never completed a year without drinking, yeah.
Wow.
25 years, one body.
How soon did you feel the impact of like the benefits of not drinking?
No, I didn't feel it straight away because I had to have an operation on my arm. And it was 2 weeks before that operation. I just woke up one day and I felt sick again. Sick, like, used to have terrible thoughts all the time. Like, you know, like we've discussed these things at length. It's probably part of the reason why I would drink so much as well, because of the amount of thinking. And then I just woke up and I thought, I'm actually sick of myself. I'm going to die. I want to die. I want to kill myself. Like, I don't want to, but like, I'm on that way. Like, I just know it. Like, I'm not stupid. I see people around me. I know I work in mental health. I see these things. Like, I know it's not going to be, what's the word? Like, it can come for me, you know, and it was coming for me. And I woke up and I thought, I'm sick of myself. I'm sick of the fighting, arguing, the bullshit, the excuses, sick of feeling sick, of not being able to cope. I was just sick of being exhausted by life. And it was because of alcohol that was what was exhausting me, amongst other things. But the first thing I had to do was stop drinking. And I weren't able to feel the benefits straight away. Sorry to get back to your question, because I went in 2 weeks after stopping drinking to have an operation. And then for a long time, I was like, I couldn't walk. They took bone from my hip and I couldn't use my arms. So I was incapacitated for like 2.5 months. I was just like at home pretty much.
Yeah.
Couldn't go anywhere. So.
So within that time, 2.5 months, you've just quit alcohol, and now you're in a situation where you've just had an operation and you can barely move. So, like, because I know with a lot of people with like quitting drinking drugs, one of the main things is sort of like boredom as well after that. So like you find time that you never had before, because before you having like escapism from drinking and drugs. So that period of time, them 2.5 months, was you in your head more than ever?
No, because I had already mentally prepared to be bored for those 2.5 months. So it wasn't like the boredom wasn't forced upon me through quitting alcohol. I was just fucking stuck in bed anyway.
Yeah.
So what better time to carry on, to crack on, to keep going? I had no excuse to go out or to, you know, like if something had upset me or if I couldn't even get up to go and say, forget this, I'm going to the pub or I want to get a drink. Like it actually helped, to be honest with you. But like I didn't feel any benefits. I was just still trying not to drink.
If we take it back a little bit then, Kier, so obviously you said you started drinking and then like in your teenage years, that was just a normal thing. And that's quite generic for a lot of people. We all start drinking in our teens and then we generally drink throughout our life in different periods.
Yeah.
It's like the norm. What period did you realize it turned and it become a negative? Because at first it starts as party, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then obviously fun times, good memories with your loved ones. What age, or was there a certain time when you realized that there's a shift when you turned, it was like a positive to a negative?
Yeah, probably like I was in a shitty relationship for a long time, and a lot of that, look in hindsight now, like anything that we did was always based around alcohol and drinking, and then like that really didn't lend towards me being like having good habits around alcohol. Like the people I was around would stay up and drink all the time and would be combative and argumentative. Like if you put me in that environment, you're going to get the worst version of me.
Of course.
If you want to have an argument and get drunk, I was your man. You know what I mean?
The kind of shift when you see it from like having fun. Was there fun?
So it was around the time I was in this shitty relationship, to be honest with you. And a lot of what I was doing was masking, I think, like through, even to myself. Like it's only hindsight I can say it. So I think actually a lot of it started there, just through bad habits, trying to hide from myself and my own feelings a little bit. And then I think when COVID came, that shitty relationship I was in then like resulted in me spending a lot of time at home by myself, then. Do you know what I mean? And I would just go to work. I'd have to go to work there because, you know, we work,
of course,
where we work in mental health, and that's 24 hours, isn't it? It didn't stop. So I'd have to go to work and then come home, and there'd be nothing to do. There'd be nowhere to go, nowhere to go out. I'd have all this anger and energy and frustration, and I'd just get drunk. And that is where I started to, sometimes I'd drink by myself and stuff like that in the past. You know, like I'd think, oh, I've got a night in, I might play computer and have a couple of drinks and whatever. But I would, around them times there, about 2018, I started to stay in and drink with the sole intention of getting smashed.
Yeah. So it's interesting because you kind of spoke about the negative being around the people you're with. And so it's like sort of the negative side of drinking turned out to be when you're with the wrong kind of people. But then
I'm
obviously,
not blaming anyone though.
No, hear me out though. So I'm saying that side of things. And then obviously, then you've got, it's still negative after a while when you're drinking on your own.
Yeah.
Which for a lot of people as well. So it's like,
common denominator.
The common denominator, Kier, my brother. We get there in the end. The common denominator in the situation is the drink itself, right? So no matter,
it was me.
Yeah, it was yourself.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you this. So
there's alcohol still everywhere.
Exactly, but also for it to become a problem when you're with people and when you're without people on your own, do you feel like there was underlying issues for beforehand? So you mentioned when you do drink, you drink excessively, like when you're going out, you're trying to mask or like some sort of escapism.
Yeah.
Was there stuff that's gone on in your past that you probably haven't?
Yeah, like my family, like my dad's side of the family in particular, they all have been heavy drinkers. Very, very heavy drinkers.
But where do you think it become a problem for you? Because some people can go their whole life and and it's okay.
Yeah.
And other people, like even myself, I struggle with alcohol. Like after a while, it's just not addicted to alcohol, but it has a negative effect on me.
Yeah.
Why do you think there was a negative effect on you? Is it something that's happened beforehand?
Well,
or is it the way it alters your brain when you're drunk?
I think maybe since I stopped drinking, I had probably about maybe like 6-7 months after I stopped, I started to like come back in my head, like and feel like myself.
Okay.
And it took a while, like, and it's hard to explain. It wasn't a conscious thing, and it wasn't something I tried to do. It was just around about the start of the year. I could feel it. I was like, something's shift. So, and then I started to think, why is my brain still the way it is? Because I think a lot. Yeah. When I was drunk, I used to think millions of things so fast, and they would be outlandish. Some of them would be hilarious. Some of them are normal things I have to do. Some of them are, you know, like what I can see in my peripheral vision. Some of them are anxiety. Some of them are
regardless, it was in abundance.
And it was just bombarded constantly. So I would just drink more, and then it would get less, and you drink more and you get less. But then I started to realize that I continue to have this this way of being, but now I can cope. I don't feel so exhausted by everything. So I'm quite aware now that my brain doesn't ever shut down. It doesn't stop ever. And I got a new phone, and I was walking through the shopping centre, and you know, like it's got the thing, like the levels, so you can look down to the next level. I was on level 1.
Oh yeah.
And I heard my brain say, "Throw your phone off the thing and jump after it." And it set that thought conceptualized in my head faster than I can say it. Do you know what I mean? And I thought, what the fuck? Why did I think that? And then I met some people who started to, I don't know, I'm so close, sorry mate. Started to think, they said that, have I ever considered that I might have ADHD?
Okay.
Because all my life I've had things like anxiety, I've been given things for fucking depression, like people, like my school, even when I'm outside, like even when I felt I had psychosis at some points in my life and things like that. But now that I don't drink all the time and I don't go and smash my head on drugs and do things like that, I've realized I probably do. I've gone waiting for my, what is it called? My assessment to finish, but I probably do have ADHD. And it's quite significant. And I don't think I've ever acknowledged that until recently. And I've told some people actually, and they're like, well, fucking big surprise, mate. Like they knew.
Yeah.
You know
Do you know what? I'd say knowing you for so many years and like me, like doing more research on ADHD, because I had a lot of people coming to me saying, you're riddled in ADHD. And I was like, I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
I still haven't gone through the process of being diagnosed.
Yeah.
I kind of like, I'm just kind of learning more about myself.
Yeah.
But with yourself, I'd say we've always been able to fire on many cylinders.
Yeah.
But one thing they say about ADHD with drugs and drink as well is it's like self-medicating yourself. So you can also suppress that. And we might have been struggling with dealing with that, the ADHD style lifestyle, and then drinking and drugs suppress that.
Do you know what I used to do in school? I used to sit I'd be sitting in the classroom, and I'd be doing this, like that, just like that. But what you wouldn't be able to tell was that I would have my finger up my nose and I'd scratch the inside of my nose so that I'd get a nosebleed so that I could leave. Because I can't, even to this day, I hate being, like, I feel trapped.
Yeah.
So, like, and it's funny how I started to then, that's just a crude example of something, but my whole life, I have never, I'm asleep, I wake up, sorry for interrupting you, but I'm asleep in the morning. And when I open my eyes, bang.
Yeah.
We are on.
It
is Radio Kier. That's what I call it. Sometimes I'll be going to say bye. Right, we got to get up. What time is it? Man, I'm fucking tired anyway. It doesn't matter where you're up now. Close your eyes. I'll put something on the phone. Where's my phone? Sometimes it's moving, but deep on soothing. Is my heating on? Where's the fucking...
Is that an alarm or...
No, that's my head. I promise you, because I'm taking note of it. From the second my eyes open, I've always been like that.
There's going to be a lot of people who can relate to that as well.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like at the moment, sometimes like, you know, like people say like, oh, like everyone's got ADHD now, and I kind of hear it. Like I get it, like, and I get why a lot of people would say, but I think, I don't know, man. I look back, I look in the mirror, and I think you're fucking roaring with it. That's what people have described me as. Yeah, and I am.
But like for me, ADHD. When you look at people who have ADHD, like there's so many superpowers with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you fix it. Look at yourself with music. Like you fixated on music, and now you're like, it's what you do, and you're able to lock in on that and be great at it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kier, the music man.
Shout out you. And
it's Kier.
It's me.
What I will say, I feel like, because you know, there's a lot of I feel like people might see it in a negative light, bro. If you know how to work it, then like it's a superpower. But like you were saying with school, a lot of people struggle to lock in on what they don't care about when they got ADHD.
Yeah, and I didn't care about that.
You didn't care about school?
Not at all.
So you wanted to be outside? Doing what?
Anything else other than being told to sit where I had to sit there and listen to this shit.
What? So with music, what age did you start doing music?
And I wrote properly doing music, you could arguably say 2 years ago, really, couldn't you? Like I was the best rapper in the front room for a long time. I never put no music out or nothing.
Yeah.
But
it's not all about putting music out.
Nah, it's not. But you know what you're gonna do? What you're gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm a paint and decorator, but I don't paint. You know what I mean? That's it, don't it? What do you paint and decorate? Oh, just you know, bits and bobs around my house. You're not painting and decorating then, are you? I'm really good though.
Do you feel like music helps your mental health? Like expression. So what about the difference between when you write music and you write it yourself and you're rapping compared to now putting it out to like the masses?
Nah. I don't think it helps my mental health.
Is it detrimental to your mental health?
It's not nothing. It's just...
What does it do?
It doesn't do anything.
Does it make you feel lighter that you've expressed it?
Nah.
Do you speak about the things you rap about in a normal conversation?
Yeah, in life. I think I try to like... If you hear my music, I don't sound like not me. It doesn't sound like things that I'm not doing. Mm-hmm. So...
Is that real rap, baby?
It is, yeah. And it doesn't serve me. I serve it.
Okay, so
I love it. I like it.
Okay.
You know
so it doesn't feel like a therapy to you though?
Nah.
Okay.
It's not that. It's fun.
Yes. Okay.
I enjoy it. I have fun with it now. I think for a long time, when it's probably like a bit of a midlife crisis thing, to be honest with you. But when you're when you're younger, you're more fearful. So a lot of what I do now is for my younger self as well. Like,
because I can relate to that, bro.
I'm not afraid.
Yes.
And I enjoy it.
So would you say there was a period like in your life where you was worried about what people think?
You're fearful of failure. You're fearful of judgment. You're fearful of getting it wrong. You're fearful of having to not live within the brackets of your own perfectionism.
Yeah.
You're afraid because you don't know. And then you go through life and, as bad as it, you wake up again tomorrow and you think, oh. And then you stop giving the time to the worry because the time you have now is more precious. And you're probably just about at a point where arguably I've lived longer than I'm going to live for or getting about halfway, So I want to enjoy it. That's what, like music, I don't see music now like as I need to get this out and express and do. Nah, man. Like I just want to do it because I like it.
The process.
I like it. And I like, and shout out Trademark the Block and Certified Rhymes.
Come on, the boys.
These lot, we get a good crowd of people together who all want to do their music and just be there and enjoy it. And I love being around people like that. Them crowds that they draw and just enjoying it. That's what I get from it. I serve music. Music doesn't serve me. I want to be part of it. And the people that are involved in it and the people that make music and the way their brains think. And I want to be I want to be with them. I want to be part of that. I don't want it to do something for me.
What I love about what them boys have done as well, and what a lot of people that hold events do in the music industry as well, is that it allows people to see that they're capable to go on the stage
100%.
and go do what they want to do and do it comfortably. And actually, do you know what? When you're worrying about what everyone thinks, everyone in that room actually loves that you're up on that stage doing what you love and talking what you want to talk. And more time, like you said, we spent like 10, 15 years just worrying about what other people think. No one really cares, bro.
No one cares.
More time, people are just trying to push you in the right direction and shout you out. And
do you know what's lovely though? I think now that, I don't know, I am who I am or whatever, I don't even care if they care. I don't.
That's the space you want to be in.
Yeah.
That's the space you want to be in. And when you get into that space, then you push yourself more, and then you realize that people do. The world isn't that cold, and there is people that really just support you. And the people that are not supporting you, they're just not in your space anyway. They're not going to be in that room watching you. No. They're not going to be in that place hating on you.
No.
And if they're online, that's their own issue.
It's not even that. Most people are like that anyway. They float about. They're not doing anything. And they're just watching.
Yep.
They're entitled to their opinion.
But it shouldn't affect your next positive move, should it?
Not at all.
No.
I mean, if...
What would you say to someone?
If Jude Bellingham, not to say that I'm like these men, but just to use it such a like extreme analogy. If Jude Bellingham based his career off what he thought the Barcelona fans thought of him, he'd be and he wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, so shout out Jamal Edwards, but the self-belief is everything.
Self-belief is everything. Shout out Jamal.
And how, if there was someone struggling with, like, because you've overcome that, you was in a space where you didn't, it's not necessarily believe in yourself, but your confidence was lower than it should be. Your vibrations were lower because you was probably worrying more about what other people think. How did you overcome that? And if someone was going through that now, what kind of advice would you give them?
I didn't do anything to overcome it. I think not drinking all the time, not feeling so accepting a life or things that you're not happy with. Also, then not being disinhibited, not making poor decisions all the time. I learned to trust myself through giving up on that.
Yes.
So once I knew I could take myself away from somewhere I didn't want to be,
Yes.
once I knew that I could stop doing something that I didn't want to do because I chose to stop doing it, then I felt a lot more like I can trust myself.
Believe in yourself.
I just trust myself. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't even believe.
No,
Even
I get that,
even when I was drinking, I could still say I believed in myself. I didn't trust myself.
Trust yourself is so different. I've been there, bro. I can fully relate to that.
And that's to go to your mum's fucking boyfriend's bar mitzvah. Do you know? No, honestly, do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't trust myself to go there.
Yeah, of course.
I've gone to my friends' weddings and shit. I'm so drunk. By 7 o'clock, I have to leave.
And the fact that you was like, you know, you probably had mornings where you're like, right, that's it, I'm done with drink now.
Oh, 100%. And I'm drunk again by 5.
And then at night time, so now you're failing yourself and your word.
That's it.
And I can relate to that. And a lot of people have been there. I'm sure some people are going through that right now watching this. So it's like that. What is the shift? How can you like shift out of that? It's so hard. It's almost like an addiction when you're addicted to drink, right? So how could someone who's can't get sober get sober?
I would suggest that most people, like I would say, seek help. Tell your friends, phone people, get support. But see all of that, that's what I would naturally tell someone that. I think that's the best. I just didn't do that. Yeah, for me, what I did, I sat and I thought. That's what I did. And I allowed that to happen. And it was hard sometimes. And I've done a lot of crying and like, it was hard times. But I promise you, I sat with myself, just thought and thought and thought. I've actually developed an unhealthy like defense mechanism now, coming out the other side of it, where I'm quite isolative. I like to spend a lot of time by myself, and I like to think. I don't like people distracting me from my thoughts. I don't like people in my immediate space. My energy shifted massively. You see, when I used to go, if I went to a party or a pub or this or that, that's just, I don't like that now.
But bro, I think there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, neither do
and
I.
I think the world could do more with, and like an individual could do more with sitting with themselves more instead of going out and distracting themselves.
There you go.
I mean, so there's powers in what you're doing there, bro. And it feels right because look, you're clean, you're sober, and now you're able to sit in your thoughts.
Yeah, definitely.
And a drink wouldn't allow you to do that.
Not at all.
So I think people need to like consider that more, trying to be more in their thoughts. I struggle with it, bro. So I'm a man who's like, I struggle with that. And for my whole life, I've distracted myself with whether it's the gym, partying, socializing, just being busy. And the best thing I could have done at that time, looking back at it now, was just go home and sit. And like, you know, my brother G, he's like teaching me a lot of meditation stuff at the moment.
You seem a lot more settled than you were recently, which is good.
Yeah, man. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. It's it's been a journey, but I definitely feel more myself than ever. This is definitely helping with the show and connecting with people like yourself, real ones who I can have great conversations with.
Yeah.
But I feel like, because I'm working on my purpose and what I feel like I'm here for, it's helping, bro. Before maybe working on other stuff with like facades up and just ego stuff, and I'm just glad I'm away from certain things now and just trying to focus on what feels right inside. And just and just checking in on my family more and sitting with myself more, bro. That what you said a minute ago was like a big one. I never ever did that. Never gave myself time to think, and would also go out and party and then distract yourself. So I think that this year's been a big one for me, like a transformation. But I had to hit rock bottom last year to rise back up.
Yeah.
So I don't wish anyone to hit rock bottom, but sometimes
it's necessary.
If you're someone who's feels that you're at rock bottom now, just know that greatness is in front of you. You just need to do the work.
Absolutely.
Which you've been there yourself, bro.
Yeah, and like I've seen recently this year, people that we've known who've passed away through, suicide and, even like I would suggest like poor mental health and substance misuse and dying young or earlier than people should. Like, you see it a lot. It's sad.
Have you ever been suicidal?
Yeah. And that's, I think, the scary part of sitting by yourself. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for everyone, you know? Because while it's good, like if you're in that much turmoil, you probably need help.
So this is what I was going to say, actually, because I've had periods in my time, my darker times, where if I never had the people I had around me at that time, I don't know if I'd even be here right now. So I'm super grateful for them, but I'm also super grateful that I was able to communicate with them and even just have them there. And then that's what worries me about other people now. Like, a lot of people don't have the friends that we have and the connections we have together and the friends and circles we have around us. And I'm just thinking, wow, some people must be so low right now, and sometimes they don't even know it.
Absolutely. I think a lot of this time why I haven't said so much as well, why I haven't asked for help, I've done it by myself, is because I think in the past where I would have expressed myself, you know, sometimes quite with high expressed emotion, really sad, I want to end it all, and like gone and asked for that help. You know, been really hungover, out on a bender for 3-4 days, and I'd literally, that's how I felt. And then ask for help, and then people would say, "All right, yeah, and then 3 weeks later, you fucking go and do it again."
Yeah, no, yeah,
like, I felt I lost my right to ask for help, and I didn't. From the people that love me, they wouldn't want me to feel like that. But it's mad, and like something changed in me. Like, I changed. I just said nah, and I just sat alone in my head.
So is that like a specific moment in your brain that you had from when you actually went sober? Do you feel like there was a shift in your brain that you never felt before?
I could just remember, I couldn't go on not being able to cope. Like, I just couldn't cope. I couldn't cope. That was it. I couldn't go on like that. I couldn't go on with not being able to cope.
So from our experiences with things, it's mad because I can resonate if you're proper here, but it's like, you almost have to hit that rock bottom. Yeah. You have to. Because if you float in the middle for a bit, you will stay floating.
100%.
And then I feel like sometimes once you're floating, there's not a lot of going back. It's hard to go back, very hard to pull it back. So then now you have to almost hit rock bottom.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you're like, okay, cool. That's when you get like the suicidal thoughts or just completely don't know.
And do you know what the worst thing is that people will watch this. You'll watch this and they will... People have these preconceived... Why is this man talking about that? What are they doing on this show? That's what the people say. And they know men who have killed themselves. Like, you're out here like talking rubbish, or like you can't quickly find someone you know that it can relate to.
Facts.
And what is the biggest problem is that people are afraid to say it. And you should say it. You should talk, you should speak. You know, these are the things that help, definitely.
And that's why we're here, bro.
That's it.
And we're representing that it's okay to talk.
Yeah.
Man or female, male or female, it doesn't matter. You know, whatever, where you're coming from, who you have around you. If you're going through it right now, you need to speak up.
100%. There's a massive stigma in mental health in general, and in particular, men's mental health.
100%.
And that stigma tends to be more stigmatized by men towards men. I don't know if that's a sentence, but it is now.
Yes.
And we need to own that a little bit, because I tell you what, I can sit here now. Don't say people's names. Most of my closest friends have told me at one point they want to kill themselves.
Yep.
I have felt like that. You know, I hear that from my own family members. You know, like, it's not a joke. Like, it's not a game. Don't be afraid to speak about things. Don't be embarrassed. Yeah, we've all f***ed up. We've all done.
100%.
We've all got a lot of guilt. We all do a lot of masking and drinking and drug taking and pretending and whatever. Yeah, like, we all do it. But it's definitely, I think, time that's fucked up. Now, I'm not saying you've got to go out here and be zen and, you know, change your life and all of that, but at least be honest about the fact that you can't go on not being able to cope.
Yes.
And there's enough of you out here that will sit, you'll laugh and you'll pretend and you can't cope. You can't.
I really hope that, I'm going to be honest with you now, I think the sole reason I'm doing what I'm doing now with the show is to normalize them uncomfortable conversations and make people realize that it's okay to talk. And I think that's come from losing friends from suicide, and who didn't speak about the things they were going through, and losing friends to drug abuse, whether it was a heart attack or overdose, whatever it was, because there was probably underlying issues that, you know what I mean, you're taking drugs, you're overdoing it because you're trying to escape from what you're really going through. And, you know, they're not talking about what they're going through. So my sole reason for doing this, I'd say, is to get people talking more about the things they're going through. So first of all, I really appreciate you, Kier, for always coming on and delivering and teaching the people a little bit more about how we can alter that and just help people talk more. You're a good, you're a good example of that, bro. And you should be proud of yourself for that.
It's funny because I'm actually not the best at talking. I'm very good at pretending that I am. But I'll come on here and talk about me because you're asking about me and do you know what I mean? But when you asked me to describe what I did as the final thing to help myself, I went into my own head for 8 to 9 months. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I came out on top, luckily. But that's not necessarily the most healthy way of being. So I'm not the best at talking. So I'm even still learning now, you know, and it's good to keep learning, keep thinking about yourself. Like, stop thinking about other people all the time. They're dead weight now. Like, that's nothing. You know, you've done school, growing up, this, getting a job, going out into the world, the whole finding yourself socially. Now we're all lost. You've got to come back and find who you are. You know what I mean?
Okay, Kier, so obviously it's been a journey for you with alcohol.
Yeah.
Going through enjoying it and then realizing it was a negative and then going through the process of becoming sober. So if someone was obviously drinking every weekend, maybe sometimes during the week sometimes, what sort of advice would you give them? Because obviously sometimes they don't know they're going into that rut. And
it's like, how old are they though? What are they drinking? So why are they drinking? Who are they drinking with?
I guess it's more personal, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I know some people, and it's the same with drugs as well, and they're just okay with doing it. Like they can, but there's just so many people that are not okay with it.
But I think that's the same for everything, isn't it? So it'll come down to many things.
Okay.
Like whether or not they're drinking alone, who they're drinking with, why they're drinking, how much they're drinking, and how old they are. Like I think I was speaking to a lovely lady earlier on. We were talking about when you're young, it's quite normal to drink quite a lot, isn't it? But as you get older, you realise it's bad for your body. So I wouldn't want to give anyone advice. I would tell them to look within themselves and ask themselves questions why they're drinking. Like if you're going out and you want to drink to have fun, why do you have to drink to have fun? Why can't you have fun without having the alcohol? Is that because you need to let go of whatever it is that's holding you back, etc., etc.?
Yeah.
So I just tell people that look at yourself. Like I can't tell anyone why. I don't want to get on my high horse either because I am alcohol free, but I bun weed. I smoke a lot of weed, which is very helpful for me. But it's not for other people.
I can't handle weed.
That's it. I can't handle alcohol.
I used to smoke weed all the time, and then once I stopped, I tried to smoke it 5 years later.
Yeah.
Boy.
I think if you smoke high grade, Cali, you either do it or you don't.
Yeah.
A little bit every now and again don't work because it just makes you go, whoa, this is
Oh yeah.
But when you are acclimatized to it, it's all right. Like it settles me a bit. You know what I mean? So
settles you in terms of, because obviously you said with having ADHD, well, potentially. Then obviously you said your brain works 100 miles an hour. So do you feel like the weed will kind of cool you off a little bit?
No, not mentally, physically. So I can take it. I can be. Otherwise, I'm a bit
Okay.
Bored, fucking on, get up, let's go.
Yeah.
I get very, like, I'm involved in this now, so I quite like sitting here and having a conversation. It's probably a bit self-indulgent, so I can enjoy it. Do you ask me questions about me?
No, because at the beginning of this, you were talking about feeling trapped in a situation. Do you feel trapped now or anything?
Not really, no.
You feel all right?
Yeah.
Now you're sober. 15 months sober. Well
15
done, bro.
months sober, that's
super proud of you.
Yes, alcohol-free.
Alcohol-free. You must have moments when you're bored.
Yeah, massively bored.
So what would you do with that?
Now?
Yeah.
I'm very clean. Yeah. Physically and spiritually.
All right, then.
Clean energy.
Come on.
Liquor plug that. Yeah, I'm very clean. I like cleaning. I cook a lot more. And I accept that I'm bored. If it is if I think I have what I have, then I probably do have, like, I suffer with, like, managing my dopamine levels, which means that, like, just doing normal shit that other people can just, sort of get by with. Like, my dopamine may be a bit low at that, like, through the normal parts. I find everything shit and boring until, like, it's hyperfixation time. Oh, I love that. And everything's gone. And then I'm fucking, I'm bored again now. What's going on? What's this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's learning to sit with that. Matured me a little bit, actually. I fucking rock in my chair, though. I do that a lot more. I sit like that.
Do you see, obviously working in the mental health for how many years?
22 years.
You worked in mental health for 22 years.
Mental health for 22
wow,
years.
That's big up yourself for that, bro.
Yeah, I worked in forensic mental health for 20 years, and then I've worked in, like, community crisis mental health for the last 1 year.
And okay, what was it like, the shift between them two?
Massive. It's gone from, like, you go from, like, inpatient services, dealing with people who are unwell every day, and then now, like, I work in like a crisis line with people who answer phones to people who are suffering from mental health crisis in the community.
Okay, so you've done 22 years hands-on. Like, you was right.
21 years.
21 years hands-on,
yeah.
And then now you're on the back end of things on the calls, in the calls.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even answer the phone calls. I just work in the same department as the lovely people that do. Yeah,
that's a big jump to be, like, they're head on and then seeing it from the back end. Yeah, so it's very different, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Would you say working within mental health has affected your mental health, either in a positive or negative?
Yeah.
Which way?
Both.
Talk to me.
So it's made me more introspective. Like, I have an ability to look within myself that I wouldn't have had otherwise, I think, because you're having to look within other people all the time. And like I say, you're not dissimilar from anyone sitting next to you. So that's a positive, right? You understand yourself in as a carer, like what you can offer to people, and seeing them do well and become the humans that they deserve to be and go on and live fulfilled lives, even if they are managing a mental health problem. Like, all of that's nice in terms of, not necessarily for my own mental health, but there's a positive part of it. But some things, like, I won't talk about. They're harrowing and heartbreaking. I'll leave it up to your imagination, whatever you think you may.
So do you feel like it's been rewarding working, doing what you're doing? And also, do you feel like you've taken a lot of stress home with you through what you've seen at work?
Yeah, but I'm not... yeah, I know you're asking me, so the answer is yes, and I'm trying to deflect and say, yeah, but I'm not the only one, because I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested in anyone else. I'm interested in you, my brother.
It's funny because part of me won't answer that question because it feels arrogant. Well, it's not my problem. Why would I say it's affecting me? These poor people, they've done everyone else. But actually,
it does matter.
In a word, you'd say yes. Okay. You'd be lying if you didn't.
So
but that's because I care.
Yeah.
So if you were to go And let's say you're looking after somebody who's incredibly sick, mentally or physically, you know, and you're watching them deteriorate. Is that going to make you feel good?
Of course not.
No. So that's because you're a nice person. You have empathy. And you care. So I would suggest that if you are a inherently kind person, hopefully I'm that, then after a while, watching people suffer will take its toll on you.
And that's interesting because the most kindest, loving people in the world will be the people that are doing the job that you do. That's why you do it.
Yeah, it's not all the time, though.
Really?
Well, have you seen this, what was it, that Hunter Coombe documentary? Did any of you see that?
No. What was that? Go on. Was it
like abuse in the care homes and stuff like that?
Did you see anything like that?
No way.
Because you wouldn't allow that, obviously.
They wouldn't be brave enough to do that in front of me.
Of course.
I can assure you.
Was that in England, that documentary?
That was in England, yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of that. Because obviously I see that with my brother's care homes as well. Like he was in a care home before. They got shut down for loads of like messed up stuff, which was like eye-opening. Because you see that obviously they're lacking in funding and stuff. But when you see that there's like messed up stuff with the staff going on, lazy people, because a lot of people come in from like, they get internship, like things of university, and they study, and then they have to do like care work. So, I mean, if there's just a wrong group of people in that one building,
it is really, really dangerous. You need good people working in care. You need good people. You can't have people that are there like that want to. I'm not suggesting everyone has to be perfect and have a great day at work. No one can do that. But like, you can't be horrible.
Nah.
No.
That just goes for in general in life as well.
Yeah. People, they should be reported, prosecuted.
Yeah.
I would never take it into my own hands and like take them out of the building and smash their head against the wall. I'd never do anything like that. They should be prosecuted for that type of abuse.
Damn, you said it. You covered yourself, bro. Let's go get them.
See you later.
No, I think it's amazing the work you do though, Kier. And obviously, you know, a lot of people, even just seeing you through, because a lot of people know you through music, they would never understand that the kind of work you've done for over the years.
No, they don't. But everything I put on social media, I put myself out there. I put myself out there as someone who makes music, not as someone who does that. So.
If you didn't do music, do you reckon you'd have social media?
No, 100% not.
I don't feel like you would.
Nah.
If there was one famous person that you would say that you look like the most, who would it be?
Are you going to try to get me to say Phil Mitchell? Mil Fitchell.
I said Mil Fitchell.
Mil Fitchell, that's it.
Damn, he's a legend. In the music game as well, who's your favorite rappers?
My favorite rapper?
Who's your favorite rapper?
Styles P.
Styles P, yeah? Okay, so you like the American rap over English rap?
No.
Okay, but Styles P is your favorite rapper.
Yeah.
And then say, what about in England? Who's your favorite rapper?
What, currently?
Or like UK based?
My favorite UK rapper is Gets.
Okay, Gets. Yeah, Gets is cold.
By far.
Gets is cold.
It upsets me that when I look at this, he probably don't care. Like, it's a man like me worrying about it. I should worry about my own thing. But like, I'll look at someone like his Instagram, and I don't know how many followers he's got, but it's a lot. It's loads. I'd die for that. Like, I wouldn't die for it. Fucking hell, but it's loads.
Can you live for it though?
Nah, I would. Can you live for it? You know what I mean? It's a lot. Like, I'm not snubbing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's more than I would hope for.
Yeah.
Like, but it's nothing compared to what he should have. Like, Gets, for me, he epitomizes what UK rap is. The cadence,
100%.
what he talks about, the wordplay. He's sick, man.
I took I think it's his last tape. I took it in, and it just didn't get up. Well, I don't really know the ins and outs of numbers, but I just felt like it definitely didn't get the noise it deserved. But he's definitely clarity, cadence, delivery. I even saw a video of him. I haven't seen him I follow him now, and I saw a video he done the other day, and it was just cold. But I feel like everything he touches is cold.
Absolutely.
And I love his the transformation from Gets back in the day on the roads, and now he's like a fully grown man who's just like on job, and then he's killing the acting thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Gets is a sick one still.
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah,
so he's by far my favourite in the UK.
Okay.
I like Gigs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that seems a bit like they're it's too big. But like a lot of like the younger artists coming through, I'll be honest with you, like I don't really relate to them. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I prefer like some of the more, like the older lot. But that's probably because of my age.
Yeah. And I love how like what music's doing now with like people able to step out of the game into other stuff, different companies, acting.
Yeah.
He was in what's that, Supercell?
Supercell, yeah, I see that.
He was like one of the main characters in that.
He
That was
was, yeah.
big. So it's good to see these brothers getting numbers, even if it isn't necessarily from music. It's dope.
Well, yeah, and I think that's a lot of the thing with the UK thing, but I think this is also a bit of a problem with UK music as well, because there's like a scene, the UK scene in it, and it's blended. So you've got like the rap guys, you've got the podcast guys, you've got the comedy guys, you've even got the comedy rap guys. And it's all sort of meshed. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you went to a Sutton, all these people would be there.
Do you feel like it's diluted the game then?
I just feel like you're better off being a personality than you are being good at something.
You know, you're talking about personality. So I think everything now is personal branding as well. So if you think about like, if you are a good rapper, Gets is quite a good example of it because he ain't, I say that, but because he is doing the acting thing now, which is sick. But obviously, you can be a good rapper, but if you're not showcasing what you represent in like the highest form, like you think about the Potter Papers, the Nines, the Freddos, these are killed it, but they are like, you know what they stand for, and they're very strong on that, and then they build their personal brand around it.
Yeah.
That has to happen now for you to be even considered in the game.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the time, you know, like globally for like UK music, I don't know if the rest of the world knows how to take it seriously, because do you know, like I saw something recently. Do you know what UK artist has got the most YouTube views on a rap video?
Probably Central C.
Maybe it was up until Central C.
Central C's killed it.
Maybe it is, but I even think this guy might even beat him. Might be wrong. It's Michael Dapper. Man's not hot.
I swear down.
Yeah.
If you could describe yourself in like 3 words, what would it be?
A dad, a human, and free.
Jeez. Yes.
Yeah.
Would you say
Father, human, free.
And from your transition, that what you've been through over the last year, 15 months, would you say you've connected more with them 3 things from being sober?
100%. I wouldn't have even said those. Maybe I would have said one of them, but 100%.
You would have said to dad, but not free and not to human. Am I right?
No, I was definitely not a human, no.
Yeah, but talking about that, so let's quickly touch on, obviously, your son.
Yeah.
How's your relationship changed?
Whoa. Can we quickly touch on your son? No.
Let's bring it back. All right, cool. We're going to bring it back. There's no touching any sun around here. This is clean energy, my people. Right, okay, cool. We'll bring it back, though. My brother, Kier.
Sorry.
So, okay, talking on that. Right, talking on that, though. So, obviously, you've got a son. Mm-hmm. How's your relationship between you two changed since you've been sober?
Well, he probably, I don't know if he would actually notice. But he says things like, oh, when you used to drink beer, he'll say that. Mm-hmm. But for me, I'm more present, less tired, less frustrated. I've got more time for him. And like sometimes if I say like, you know, I like getting bored, because then I think, oh, where's my boy?
Yeah.
Go and do something. I'm not hungover, I'm not anxious, or I'm not planning on going somewhere with a load of people I don't really like.
That's a good point. So when you were drinking, did you ever feel like you was pushing things to the side with like your loved ones, like your son, just to like have a drink? You know,
not at the time. I'd have an excuse for everything.
You'd have an excuse, yeah.
Yeah, but not even like the dog's eating my homework, a ridiculous excuse, like an actual internal justification. Like it's fine. Like it's not conscious. My reality was it was okay. I had convinced myself of that.
Just like, okay, we're going to get back at a certain time now, just so you can go back and sort of, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like nighttime, you probably want to have a drink, right?
Yeah, no, I'll just drink anyway. I'll just drink.
Yeah.
What stopped me from having a couple of pints?
It's true. Drinking is so different to drugs.
Do you think that it's unnormal for a man on a Saturday to take his son down the pub and his son has a couple of games of pool and an orange juice,
of course,
while his dad has a couple of pints with his mates and watch football? Does that sound like outlandish?
This is why,
and it's for me, that is outlandish. I can't do that because it means that I go on throughout the night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That goes to show there's
I didn't keep my son in the pub all night. That's not what I meant. I mean, like, I would go and he would be picked up by his mum.
Yeah.
And I would continue to drink. So
of course,
I wouldn't spend time with him. I would put him aside and drink.
I think drink and drugs are like, even though they got similarities, they are quite different. And really, because, you know, it's okay. It's legal to drink where it's not legal to take drugs.
I find that mental. And drugs is such a shit term as well. What does it even mean?
No, but
are you talking about not you?
Yeah,
I meant like we as a society need to really think about that terminology.
What
is that paracetamol or is that heroin? You know, is this chemotherapy or is it cannabis? Drugs. You know,
it's true.
It's a term. It's wash.
Do you know? There's a lot of things. It's like, obviously it's an old conception. Like, it's old. It's like, that's what they, like, we've come a long way with a lot of it. It should be more divided into other stuff, right? So.
Well, yeah, I just think like some things are all right for some people, some are not for others. And that's all right.
So, we've had a good conversation.
Yeah.
And I asked you this a year ago, well, over a year ago when we was on the show before, and you answered it. And now we're here, 50 months, clean, sober, fresh, brand new Kier. If there was someone who was going through a dark time right now, struggling with their mental health, potentially, you know, drinking a lot, maybe addicted to drugs, and just didn't know what to do, the next step, from your experience, what piece of advice would you give them? Straight down the camera.
You're not alone. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be afraid. Don't think that you have to keep everything into yourself. You might get it wrong, but don't give up. That might sound a bit cliche, don't give up, but you don't have to. Every day you feel like you might want to, but you don't have to. Just keep going. Learn to believe in yourself. That's what I would say.
It always comes back down to like self-belief, self-trust. It always comes back down to that, and just, yeah. Well done, Kier. I'm super proud of you, bro.
I'm proud of you too. Well done for everything that you've done here.
My broski.
It's very, very good.
Appreciate you, and I appreciate the words, and I appreciate you coming on today and just spreading more awareness on the path of becoming sober. It's definitely going to help a lot of people as well.
I hope so.
Yeah, it will. It definitely will, bro. It's going to be interesting to for people to see the switch up from both episodes as well. I think that'd be quite intriguing.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, like, if people do take anything away from today, like, do take away, like, not drinking alcohol is really, really good. It's really, really good. Like, it's a social norm. It's something that we see on Good Morning TV and that, you know, Sunday morning, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm looking at these lot have got wine tasting with whatever meal they're cooking. And I always watch that and I think that's not normal.
What, normalising the drink?
Normalising it, yeah. Like, I struggled with it for a while. Like, I turn it on, you know, and I'm 3-4 months into not having a drink. And I'm looking at Channel 4 in the morning thinking, oh, yeah, that's a nice breakfast they're cooking. And they're like, oh, we've got this nice, you know, Belvoir 57 to go. I don't know what that means. To go with this fish. I think, why is that so normal? You know what I mean? I've got some Cali that goes lovely with this red velvet cake, but I'm not on team. You know what I mean? I'm not going through all of that. So, yeah, different strokes for different folks. But not drinking alcohol is really, really freeing.
Yes.
Yeah. And it allows you to get rid of more than just alcohol.
Changing your life.
Changing your life. Yeah.
Making the right decisions.
100%. Or trying to.
Choosing you.
Choosing me. I don't even care if I don't make the right decision because I can cope knowing that people get things wrong. And I haven't done anything out of disinhibition or foolishness. It's just a mistake and that's all right.
Yes. Kier, thank you, bro. I appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
And dropping the gems. Most importantly, super proud of you as a brother. 15 months sober.
15 months.
I know it's not easy, so I'm super proud of you, bro. I know it's been a journey, but you've showed nothing but strength, positivity, and the growth that's come from it. Super proud of you, bro. So from me and the team, we just wanted to give you a little something. Yeah?
Thank you very much.
15 years sober.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Look at that, Mike.
Yes. Go here.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. That's lovely.
That's you, bro.
Look at that. 15 months.
15 months sober,
Are you going
baby.
to share the cake with me?
It's your cake, bro. You can do whatever you want with it.
Can I make a wish? Yeah? I'll tell you what, should I make a wish with me? Yeah? 15 months. Believe in yourself. Close your eyes, make a wish. Jordan's making a long wish.
I got a lot of people to save, man. Trying to save the world, bro.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank
appreciate
you,
you, bro.
That's very, very kind of you.
You're welcome, bro.
You're a
Well
good
done.
man,
You've done the work. You deserve it.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, I just hope a lot of people learn the kind of... He loves it. He loves it. He's always loved it and he will always love it, bro.
I've always been like that. Why? Excuse me, can you put that camera on me, please?
Love it. Kier, super proud of you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
It's been a beautiful conversation.
Yeah.
Lots of gems being dropped.
Absolutely.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
I have all the time. I love it, man. I love everything that you do. I think it's brilliant. Like, and it comes from the right place. Like, you know what are the drivers behind what you do. The name says it all. Clean energy. That's what it is.
That's what it says on the tin.
That's why I'm here. That's why I love dealing with you lot, man.
Thank you, bro.
Me. So thank you.
For the people, where can they find you?
You can find me really at Kier Music on Instagram. That's where I am. Obviously YouTube. Type in Kier, K-I-E-R. That's me.
You got anything coming up?
Yeah. Do you know, actually, I've got a video coming out soon with an artist called Tournier. We've got a song called Home. We shot a great video to that. That'll be released hopefully soon. We haven't got a date. In the next few weeks, really. Just waiting on the final edit.
Sick.
And then I've got a performance coming up. Shout out Certified Rhymes and Sammy and Trademark the Block.
Yes.
Great guys. I've got a performance coming up in Bow on the 8th of February.
Yes.
So make sure you come down to that.
Can anyone go to that?
Anyone can go to that.
Is it tickets or?
I think last time we did a £5, but this time I'm not sure. So,
Okay.
But that was for Halloween. So I'll see how we go. Yeah.
Shout them boys. Them
Shout
boys
them
are killing
boys.
it.
Shout out Trademark the Block, mate.
But
Because they bring a lot of people together. They do a great job.
yeah, that's what it's all about.
So
Bringing
that's-
people together.
That's what we're looking forward to.
Yes.
8th of Feb.
I'm going to be there, bro.
East London Engine Rooms.
Boaty free.
Come on.
My broski. Listen, Kier, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck with everything you're doing.
Yeah.
I wish you nothing but strength, positivity, and greatness towards your journey. And yeah, man, just looking forward to seeing you win and just progress in life. Now you're sober, and we're definitely going to circle back and get back to it. So
Winners win.
winners win, baby.
Let's
Winners win,
go.
baby. Let's get it,
Thanks
Kier.
for having me, Jane.
Love you, bro.
See you later.
Let's go. Yes, my people, that's a wrap for that episode with my brother Kier. Another great conversation with lots of gems being dropped. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can do us a big favor and subscribe to us on the YouTube and follow us on all the socials, which you can find underneath in the link below. Hope you're having an amazing day. But if you're not, you're in the right place.